Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you paying attention to all our stories, and I hope you will gain some wisdom from them. Kentucky is my home, and I'm proud to see its young men and women like you care so much about their education. Improving education for young Kentuckians is one of the most important things I worked on in my life. But I'm getting ahead of myself. My name is James B. McCreary. That name might seem familiar to you because the last county formed in Kentucky is named after me. Sit back and listen while I tell you about my life serving the great Commonwealth of Kentucky. I was actually born near here in Richmond, Kentucky. I earned a bachelor's degree at Center College and then left the state to study law in Tennessee. After I graduated, not to brag, but I was the valedictorian of my class, I returned home to Richmond and began law practice there. It wasn't long, though, before the Civil War broke out. I served on the Confederate side under John Hunt Morgan. One of our most notable raids, known as Morgan's Raid, went the farthest north any uniformed raid ever went. We were captured on that raid and sent to the Ohio Penitentiary. Luckily, John Hunt Morgan and several other men were able to escape. I was sent home almost a year later as part of a prisoner exchange. It was a sad day when we heard that Lee had surrendered to Grant at Appomattox Courthouse. I knew then that there was no chance for the Confederacy to win. Imagine our shock when we heard that Lincoln had been assassinated by John Wilkes Booth. Booth had been trying to help us Confederates out by killing the president and other men. It was too late for the Confederacy, though. After the war, I went home to Richmond in my law practice and married my wife, Kate Hughes. Those years after the Civil War saw many great changes in our country. After Congress passed several amendments to the Constitution, black people were set free, and by 1870, they'd gotten the right to vote. It was just during that time that I decided to run for public office. In 1869, I was elected to serve in the Kentucky State House of Representatives. Then, in 1875, I was elected governor of Kentucky. Being 37 years old at the time, I was the youngest governor ever elected to the position. The governor's mansion back then wasn't much of a mansion at all, though. It was more of a rundown house. Actually, you all can see it if you like. If you drive over to Frankfort, it's on High Street. I hear it is now used as the home of the lieutenant governor. Oh, excuse me. After serving as governor, I ran for United States Senate and won. That gave me a chance to support Kentucky's interests at a national level. It might surprise you to learn that I was elected governor of Kentucky a second time in 1911. I was in my 70s at the time, but I still had plenty of energy. I worked to get Kentucky's child labor and education laws better. I made Kentucky's child labor laws the best of any state, and I made education mandatory. I worked to get the school day length and textbooks made uniform. If you ever tour the new governor's mansion, you'll get to see one of my great contributions to Kentucky. I wanted the governor's mansion to be very classy and elegant because I feel that the people needed a governor's mansion that they could be proud of. I worked hard to get the money allocated for its construction. Oh, and if you do go on that tour, be sure to see the double staircase. I helped design that. After that second term as governor, I decided it was time to retire from politics, but I did return home to Richmond until I passed away in 1918. I'm buried there in Richmond. You all are welcome to come and by and visit if you like. Well, I see that my time's about up. When I look back over my history and the history of Kentucky, I see that I served my state during a time of great change. I was the last governor to use a horse-drawn carriage and the first to use an automobile. I'm proud to have served my state in this time of change. I hope that my life will inspire some of you young people to also serve your state. Thank you.